Hi, I'd like to ask you to think about the best manager that you have ever had. And what was it about them that made them so great? Now, think about the worst manager you've ever had. Maybe it was somebody who made you anxious about going to work. Maybe they made you cry. Maybe they made you want to quit your job, or maybe you did quit your job. What is it about that manager that stands out in your mind? Now, I'm willing to bet that what set that best manager apart from the worst was not their technical skills, but their emotional intelligence. Now, if you're not familiar with emotional intelligence, it's defined as the ability to understand and manage your own emotions, as well as recognize and influence the emotions of those around you. My name is Erika Beck, and I am the founder of Authentic Foundations. But for years before this, I was taught that leadership was about having the smartest strategy, the most impressive credentials, the most experience, and the ability to exceed expectations and crush performance goals. And yes, that is a small part of it. However, what I've learned over time is that the most transformative leaders don't lead with their minds alone. They lead with their hearts. Now you might be thinking, what is this? Now, emotional intelligence is not some soft optional skill. It is not a buzzword, and it's not icky, fluffy emotions. It's the hidden superpower that separates good leaders from your truly extraordinary ones. And it's about understanding the invisible currents of human emotion that flow through every team, every organization, and every moment of collective effort. So today, I want to challenge everything that you thought you knew about what it means to be a leader and discuss how the ability to read a room, to feel what others are feeling, to navigate complex emotional landscapes, that those are the real tools of leadership in the 21st century. I learned recently that when employees are promoted into management, 85% of them are not given any formal training to learn traditional management techniques. So giving feedback, holding one-on-ones, doing management performance. And even fewer are taught about emotional intelligence and why it is so crucial in leadership. So we are doing our managers and our employees a huge disservice. Now you might be thinking, why now? Why does emotional intelligence matter more today than it did a decade ago? I keep hearing about it, it's on the radar. What gives? And I would argue, politely, that emotional intelligence has always been important, but it was seen as secondary to more command and control styles of leadership in the past. But now, as the landscape of workplace is changing, the employees and their work styles, they demand more collaboration, communication, and empathy. And one element that has fast-tracked this change was the shift to the more hybrid and remote teams as a result of COVID-19. Now, the pandemic accelerated the need to adapt to a dynamic landscape that supports diversity, flexibility, communication, trust, and emotions. And another factor that has tipped the scales is the introduction of younger generations into the workplace. Now, unlike older generations who prioritize job security and career advancement, willing to do whatever it took to get ahead, younger generations prioritize work-life balance and alignment between their personal and company values. Therefore, these older top-down styles of leadership, they don't motivate millennials and Gen Z employees, and are not effective in providing the levels of support, empathy, and understanding that these employees are seeking, that they need. The result is higher turnover rates because younger generations, they have no qualms about leaving a job where they have low job satisfaction. They are not afraid to job hop to find what they want. Now, on the other hand, managers who have higher levels of emotional intelligence significantly reduce turnover rates by creating positive work environments. Because they can manage and regulate their own emotions, they provide emotional stability for their teams. They foster relationships with their employees, and they address their employee needs like work-life balance, career growth, and flexibility. And it's shown that teams that are built on an emotional intelligence foundation, they tend to build stronger trust-based relationships with their peers. That creates psychological safety that drives engagement, it improves performance, and increases loyalty. So these employees have increased job satisfaction, lower stress levels, and a better work-life balance. And naturally, when employees feel seen, heard, and valued, they don't want to leave that job. Now, if this still sounds like feelings and warm hugs and fuzzies to you, let me share some stats and facts regarding how emotional intelligence positively impacts a business. Now, there have been many studies done, but one thing that they've shown is that when emotional intelligence interventions were introduced in the workplace, there was a 63% reduction in turnover. 80% of employees consider emotional intelligence crucial for developing their careers. 59% of employers said that they would not hire somebody who has a high IQ, but a low EQ or EI or emotional intelligence level. 87% of millennials are motivated by the emotional intelligence of their leaders to help the company succeed. They are more motivated to help the company if their manager has high levels of EI. Now, Harvard and Four Seasons have done some reports as well, and they showed that fewer than 20% of companies qualify as emotionally intelligent. And those that are, they are more empowered, productive, risk tolerant, and engaged. They also report better customer experience, customer loyalty, and customer advocacy. So they are getting buy-in from their customers and their employees, and that is a win-win. Additionally, emotional intelligence is among 10 of the top most in-demand skills. And then people with higher emotional intelligence make almost $30,000 per year more than their counterparts with low EI. They are making more money with empathy. And then lastly, 75% of managers use emotional intelligence to gauge an employee's readiness for promotion or salary increase. Now, I'm not going to throw stats at you all day, even though I could, so you are welcome. You can find this information on the internet. But I hope that has helped you understand the significance that emotional intelligence has on professional success for both individuals and businesses. And if you're thinking, look, this is something I've never been good at, so why should I bother? Why start now? It's just not my thing. I am very, very pleased to tell you that emotional intelligence is something that can be developed, improved upon, and practiced daily. So your levels of emotional intelligence, they're not set in stone. And the only thing limiting them from being better is you. Now, as we stand on the precipice of an increasingly automated world where algorithms predict our behaviors and artificial intelligence threatens to replace human decision-making, there is something profound that can't be coded, programmed, or replicated by machines, and that is genuine human connection. People want to connect. And so emotional intelligence is the tool. It is how we preserve our humanity in a world that is reducing people to data points and metrics. And this is the primary reason why I left my role in corporate America earlier this year to create Authentic Foundations. I truly believe that people and businesses will thrive when they are built on foundations of emotional intelligence and people-first leadership. Now, adults spend most of their time at work, and the experiences that they have at work, they bleed into their personal lives, into their family, into their interactions they have in society. So it is time that we focus on making the workplace a more supportive place to be. Now, leaders of today and tomorrow, I challenge you. In a world that is becoming more digital, become more human. Listen more deeply, connect authentically, lead empathetically. Leadership has never been about being the smartest person in the room. It's about being the most human. Thank you.